Okay, I'd like to go over auxiliary words. I mentioned this is very important, and I said like connecting these things with other elements is very important. How it works is very important. So let's go over it. Starting with auxiliary verbs and adjectives. So here's an example. Suru, this means to do, and this is tai auxiliary adjective. And when these are connected, it becomes shitai, and it means to want to do. And this one, tai, per se does not have a meaning, but when combined with these verbs like this, it can express this want to, this meaning. And here's some more example. Again, suru is a verb, and ta is an auxiliary verb, I say, and it becomes shita, and it means did. And suru plus yo, and becomes will do, and shio. And you might wonder, like, this look like conjugated forms. I think this is the concept will be closer to that of English if you think these things are conjugated forms of the verb suru. Just because it's attaching something that doesn't have any meaning on its own to a verb and changes the form, like attaching ed to the verb in English. But you can actually interpret this as that way actually, but there's a problem with that too. Problem is that these things also conjugate on their own, and it can be connected with more of those. So like this, suru plus tai ta becomes shitakatta, and one becomes wanted to do. And they can connect even more like this. Uh, I'm not gonna read everything, but so if you try to understand all these things as conjugated form, you will then have to memorize these things as conjugated forms too. So that will just help, I would say. You can think of it that way, but I wouldn't recommend that. So I say it's probably better to learn how each of these things uh, works and how to connect these things. Right? And then how about particles? Basically, they are the same thing. In terms of the function, they are pretty much similar, very similar to auxiliary verbs and adjectives, except they don't change the form. They don't conjugate. So let's see some example. Here's this word watashi, which means I as an independent word, and when you attach ga, watashi ga, it means I as a subject of a sentence, and watashi no becomes my, and the o becomes me as a direct object of a verb like this. And this thing ga no oni, they don't have a meaning on their own, but kind of changes or as a meaning to the preceding word. So I think it's easier compared to auxiliary verbs adjective in that they don't conjugate. But still, you need to remember how they can change the meanings. So that is going to be a little bit tricky part. So